As part of our mission to provide guidance and a platform for founders to tell their story and seek assistance in their journey, the New Launch Alliance worked with our local partners on local pitch events, with the winners advancing to the regional competition. We thank WBD for their financial support. Today, you will hear from several of the winners. First up is Kean O'Brien from Hang Ten Poke.
Hello, or I guess aloha if you're feeling the island breeze today. My name's Kean O'Brien. I am the founder of Hang Ten Poke. We did do the first pitch competition in Appleton, and we also were the winners of the regional pitch competitions here in Green Bay as well. Our mission statement is bridging the gap between food for fun and food for fuel. Before we move on to the next slide, I do have a QR code that you can scan right there to check out our website. If you are in need of different catering options and things and you're looking for a healthy, sustainable option, we have a food trailer. So keep that in mind as we kind of give an update of where our business is at today. The winnings of the pitch competition actually really came at kind of a crucial time for our business. We had just moved into a new spot. Before the pitch competitions, we were in a shared incubator kitchen. We always made the joke that it was a gas station sushi. We shared the space with a guy who did hot dogs in a gas station kitchen. It was kind of a wild time, but we moved into our new location in downtown Fond du Lac. And we used the winnings, as kind of you see here, to spruce up the space a little bit and make it our own. These are things that, as a 25-year-old dad of a single income household, the capital just really wasn't there to be able to do a lot of this. So it meant a lot to us to be able to get this spot to kind of where it is. We bought some tables and chairs right off the bat, and then some of the pictures there, we have some images from local artists that we hired to paint beautiful murals into our spot. And, looking forward and things that I learned of moving into this space since this last 6 months of the pitch competition, I think really in my entrepreneurial journey this last 6 months is I've learned the most more than anything else. The first thing is that exposure works wonders for new businesses. So we are very honored to be here. Luckily for my mom, she was able to kind of help run the store today while we're here. But it is so crucial to be able to go to events like this and be able to talk about our business and just kind of get some new lenses and so on and so forth. Appropriate use of debt and working capital is probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned in the last 6 months. There's just been times where I wanted to do things as debt-free as humanly possible, but sometimes that's just not possible. You just need to get a little bit of debt to get yourself spring forward so that you can put yourself in a little bit of a better place for it. So really being able to learn how to appropriately use debt and not take out too little and not take out too much, because that's, I know, where a lot of small businesses fail. And then as today the speaking events are an opportunity to improve business. Just being able to come and see a lot of other entrepreneurs and see kind of what has worked for them, and to be in an entrepreneurial mindset and space is definitely a great way to kind of break up, as other entrepreneurs, you work a lot. It's just kind of the name of the game is you work a lot. But coming to these events has been a really great way to charge up and energize, especially myself, about going forward with this business and the potential of franchising or other investments in the community. So what are we going to do looking forward? We're definitely looking to finish out the lease that we are at currently. We are in a place where we're able to start putting a little bit of money aside to buy a building to kind of really put our roots down into downtown Fond du Lac. And we are kind of in the middle of deciding between keeping it local or franchising this out. So we built this business as mainly a way to get something started with not a lot of capital, but we also realized in the process with that this is a really easily replicatable and popular concept that we're able to circumvent a lot of some of the more expensive things about opening a restaurant, such as a hood system. Because you are such a unique product, people come to you, so location isn't as important. Still important, but it's not as important, and so on and so forth. So The other things that I kind of want to do, if we don't franchise it out, I'd like to just invest into my community to have other cool experiences and things that people can go to in Fond du Lac. I know Fond du Lac, a lot of people give it some flack for being boring or behind the times with a lot of stuff. And I think 5 years ago people might have had a point with that. But I think my success in Fond du Lac and a lot of the great minds that we have in town, investing in our community, I think we can change that. So I'd just like to thank Barb personally for inviting us out today. I really appreciate it and everything that you've done to help us out. So thank you guys.